everyone. Hi, Wendy. Hi, the Oracle Cafe. Peter, Laura, John, Magdalene, Cherie, uh, uh, Linda, Taste from the Past. Okay, I hear that. Chris, Paula, okay. Pro football. All right. Go. What was okay? I don't know what your pick was for the year. I don't know whether it was Seattle's, but I'm waiting for my guess. So we got Paula here. We have Austin, Joseph, Brandy, Resist. I know that's right. Uh, Richard, Harriet, Max in Motion, Shonda, Maria, A Toxic Reality. Okay. Sister of the Garden, Sunshine. Thank you. Uh, Getting Rich, Think Tank. Okay. Evelyn, Peggy, Tig. Hey. Um, Jane, Michelle, Laura, Catherine, Big Eyes. Okay. Francesca, Amber, Monica, Bob. Okay. And whoever else that I didn't address, welcome. I'm still trying to get my guess here. I'm assuming that she's having technical problems. Story of our lives, right? But we're going to have this live one way or the other. Okay? I just wanted to say, I had said before the end of last year that I was going to slow down on the lives, okay? But people be asking, okay? And I get invites. So I feel obliged to do it because I enjoy it. Because I get a chance to spend time with each and every one of you guys. And every conversation that I have, okay, we learn something new. We meet new people and we learn something, okay? And that's what we all about, self-improvement, okay? That's how we achieve our goals, okay? So, is our guest coming? Time will tell. I've called for her like 2 or 3 times. But if she's having difficulty, we're going to wait here for a few minutes, okay? Because we are respectful, okay? We are considerate and kind. See what I'm saying? All right.
Hi.
Eve, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. I was just telling people we are patient, we are kind, we are empathetic. And then here you showed up.
Yes. I'm on
That's the
time, right?
spirit.
1 o'clock? 4 o'clock? 1
Whatever
o'clock,
time
whatever.
it is,
Whatever time
don't worry
zone you're
about that.
in.
Don't worry about
Yes.
that. What's
Yeah.
important? What's
So how are
important is
you
that
guys
you're here.
doing?
Okay, you seem nervous. Just take a deep breath. You got
No.
this.
I'm not nervous at all. I need an assistant. Like for real.
Oh,
I have
really?
been running around. I've been running my several different things that I do. And so I'm like, oh no, she's already talking to people. Like when I got on and I'm like, wait, no, the time is right. Okay. So no,
The
I'm not
time
nervous.
is right. You showed up right on time.
Yes.
Of course, I gotta keep people not entertained because I'm not a performer. Okay, I'm a coach.
Neither am I.
Okay,
But I'm going through these hoops.
That's how we grow.
Yes.
Through those we have to. Otherwise, why we're here?
Yes. Yeah.
Look at
No, I'm not nervous, darling. I got over the nerves probably in angelic training, which was years ago. Yeah. The fact that I'm even showing my face and showing my life and not really being protective over that, like, yeah, nerves is out the door. Like, this is me, honey. Judge me if you want to.
Okay. Now tell me the name of this angelical school that you said you went to.
Oh, there was no name of it. It was called the School of Life, honey. Yeah, getting your butt kicked over and over again until you believe in yourself.
So that's why we're having this conversation today about
Mm-hmm.
spiritual gifts and guides. And
Oh,
who better,
yes.
okay, who better to talk to us about this but Eve herself?
Thank
Okay,
you. Thank you. Thank you.
so please introduce yourself and tell us what brought you to Substack.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that I'm going to give you the short version of that story. So basically my life fell apart, honey, in 2024, all of 2025, and the angels basically told me years ago. They said, "Listen, you are hiding. You are not supposed to be hiding. You're supposed to be known." And I had an argument with them several times back and forth. Like, I can do this on the side. I can keep my 9 to 5 job and then I can be Eve Solara on the weekends. And they said, no, 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 no. Totally dismantled my life, gave me the books that I promote on Substack and talk about all the time, Manifesting with the Angels. And they said, guess what? People are going to see you climb from the ashes in real time. And you're just going to have to sit there and talk about it because you didn't obey us like 10 to 5 years ago. So I am Eve Solara. I am an angel guide. I connect with angels. I talk with them. I do a lot of different things. So I always tell people I am an enigma. You can't really put me in any box because I don't fit in everywhere, but I am a citizen of the universe, darling. Yes. I don't fit in anywhere, but I do fit in. If that makes sense.
You and I are kindred spirits, so
Yes.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Okay, we've
Yeah.
had conversations, and
Yes.
that's always me. I never felt that I belonged anywhere. That's why I always kept my bag packed,
Oh, yes.
ready to move to the next location.
Yeah,
Next,
definitely. And right now, everything that's going on, it's sad because we were right, but it's also very interesting because I was there alone. And so I'm offering comfort to other people that are going through their great awakening right now because it is jarring. It's very jarring to find out darkness is real. you know? And it's like, okay, what am I going to do in this galactic war? Am I going to put on my boots and fight the good fight, or am I going to give in to the darkness? So, yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was born into a narcissist
Mm.
family.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
we all were.
and so being an empath,
hmm
okay, and being highly sensitive, okay, intuitive, I could see things other people can't see. I could see behind their mask. You
Yes.
know, I could see the gaslighting. I could see all of this deception. I could see
hmm
the manipulation.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so I was not so wherever I went, pattern recognition was very key. I
Yeah.
stayed quiet because you never let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. And
Yeah.
that way you're always able to stay 2, 3 steps ahead. Okay. So the evilness, it was just more than I could take. Okay. And
Yeah.
so all of this is breaking generational curse. Let's talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, everybody on the planet definitely has generational curses. And how they come up in your life is normally challenges where it's like you feel like you can't get ahead. You feel like your bills are always behind, even though you're working nonstop. So that could be a generational curse with money. You can have a generational curse with shame and guilt. You can have a generational curse with um, confidence, anything that basically you felt like you had to fight in order to stand 10 toes down on. That's a generational curse. And those of us that are strong, we overcome it, but every now and then there are still battles to be fought. Because like even though I'm building this platform and people are responding, um every now and then I have the enemy whisper in my ear, "You ain't shit." Like nobody is liking your stuff. I don't know why you're even doing this. Don't you see somebody else that's like eating cheese on the internet? Like they're getting deals, they're getting promoted, they're getting people over there to applaud them. You have nobody. And then the angels will come in and they'll say, she doesn't need anybody. She has God. You know, God gave her this assignment. And, sometimes I struggle, y'all. Like, even though that I am Eve Solara and I've written books and I've talked to people and I've done readings and all this other stuff, it's a struggle for all of us, especially right now, because there is a great plan being unfolded. And it's like those of us that have gone through the dark night of the soul, I know we're asking ourselves, why are they releasing all of this now? What's the plan? You know?
All of this, all this stuff with Epstein, this stuff has been going
Yeah.
on since the beginning of time. It's
Yes.
nothing new. It's
No.
nothing new.
No, it isn't. No, because they learned it from somebody who learned it from somebody who learned it from somebody. And I always tell people all roads lead back to Babylon. All roads lead back to Nimrod. So you can think that you're worshiping all these other different type of gods and goddesses, but they're all the same. They're just repackaged for whatever your palette and frequency can take.
Okay. So we can see remnants of all of this, and as
Mm-hmm.
well as religion from the beginning of time, how it was used to manipulate mind control,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
and to cipher, to extract
Yes.
everything from you for their own personal fulfillment and
Yeah.
enjoyment, while we were in poverty and unable
Mm-hmm.
to get any further, even if we wanted to. Even we was able to, if we was able to save some money that year, they figured out, oh, they got some extra money, so we
Yeah.
got to figure out how to go and extract it from them. And
Oh yeah.
then you right back down here.
Yeah.
Then they have you where they want you, where you have to beg.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Oh,
at their
because begging is
mercy.
a frequency.
Okay, see
Begging
what
is
I'm
a form
saying?
of worship. You know, always not having enough is a frequency. You know, and so the funny thing, the reason why I laugh is because religion teaches us, oh, that's bad. You can't do that. But then we see the elite doing it. And I'm not talking about the slaughtering of children, sacrificing children. I'm talking about the metaphysical stuff, the esoteric stuff, astrology, tapping into the divine self, manifesting. That's what I'm talking about when I say they will tell you, oh, that's witchcraft. Don't do that, honey. But at the same
Right.
time, you're
We're
going
using
to a
it.
temple that is shaped in sacred shapes to basically drain your energy to a god, and I'm not talking about Christianity or anything like that, because um a lot of people are going to find out the temples, the churches, it doesn't matter which god you think you're worshiping, you basically don't need to be in a building to do that, because the building is designed to usurp his authority, his or her authority on earth. Yeah.
All of this is part of the brainwashing,
Hmm.
okay? Power and control.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, back in the day, there was a separation of state and religion. We all know we need to keep that separate.
I
But
don't
by
know if it
you,
ever was separate though.
it was. It was.
No, they
Well, you're
told
right.
us that it
It,
was separate, but we're
it
starting
was
to
a
see that
facade.
behind the curtain they were incorporating it.
Right, but we saw that when the Tea Party came in, okay,
Hmm.
which was, you get the religious and you mix the two together. That's messy.
Mm.
It was always supposed to keep separate for a reason,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Because mixing the two up, like I said, is muddying the water, and they're controlling the Christians to be on their side. So so they can ban against all of us.
Well, it's
It's
not just the
us,
Christians.
us
It's
versus
any
them.
organized religion. It's any organized religion. Yeah.
I was just using Christianity as an example. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so that's why with these institutions and the people that run them,
Hmm.
okay, and the people that follow them, that they have control over these people, and
Oh yeah.
they're also doing their bidding.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Huge. Huge. Yeah, they go. I mean, like,
Exactly.
um, there are two things that I don't talk about, but it's kind of crazy because I'm forced to talk about it because the angels have me talking about it, is religion and politics. So, like,
Me
on
too.
Substack, I try to keep my Substack a safe space for all of us because we're so bombarded outside of it. And even on it now, like when I get on, I see people falling by the wayside, um, picking up their stance and having their team. And I'm just like, when are you guys going to figure out it's the same bird? It's the same bird. It's just two different wings. So you're it doesn't matter what side you're on, you're still getting fucked, you know?
Literally, literally. And
Yes.
you know what? At the beginning of my Substack career, I said I
Mhm.
wasn't going to talk about politics or
Yeah.
religion either, because it
Yes.
take you down a rabbit hole,
It does.
you.
Yeah.
But in these polarized times,
Mhm.
it'll impact us so heavily. We
Mhm.
have to talk about it.
Yeah.
We have to, because
Yeah.
otherwise we are complicit.
Yes. Yeah. And unfortunately, but fortunately, that's what these transits in the skies have been calling for. Because to be authentic, you do have to have an opinion. You do.
Right,
You cannot go through
right.
life just like a blank canvas because when you're blank, you don't have any boundaries, you don't have any backbone, and you get painted on, which we're seeing where that leads us. So we
We
have to be sovereign, you know?
we have to be able to not just talk the talk, walk the walk. We must lead by example, because
Yeah,
people can see through you if you're not authentic and if you're not talking truth, not your
right,
truth, but the truth of of the reality in which we live.
right,
Okay?
right.
Not an illusion, but the truth.
Yeah,
Because we know a lot of people walking around with rose-colored glasses.
I was one of them.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I took the pill and I woke up a long time ago. And sometimes, it's funny because when you're a baby waking up, it doesn't matter what age you are. Um, you feel like, oh my God, I got to tell everybody. I got to wake everybody up. And then when you get down the road, you're like, you know what? I think I'm just going to wait for those that are awakened to join with because as you can see right now, people can't handle it. They don't know what to do, you know? And a lot of people love to talk, 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 talk. But I'm like, yo, y'all, we are sitting in an amazing time right now. We, the people, have the power, but you keep waiting for somebody else to do something. Like, wake
Why?
up. You
What?
have to
What?
save yourself, you know?
Right? Nobody's gonna come to save you. To save
No,
you. No.
no. Oh, well, the police will handle it. Oh, well, the FBI will handle it. Oh, well, the president will handle it. Oh, well, the royal family will handle it. Oh, well, some other government will handle it.
Wake,
Mm,
wake up! What world are you living in? It's not the world we live in. That's
no,
the problem.
it's
A
not the
lot of
timeline I'm
people,
on.
a
That's for
lot of
sure.
people are living in this make up believe that they done made up in their minds. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And it's sad because, like, I took my rose colored glasses off years ago and then I had to take them off again. And whew, let me tell you, the conclusion that I have come to is everything is a scam. A scam. Everything that I thought in life that brought me joy, pleasure, peace, comfort, I'm like, yo, it's a freaking scam. Now, does that mean that I'm gonna like just stop living and like go live in the woods somewhere? No, not yet. But it just means that I'm awake enough to notice. Sorry, that's my computer behind us.
It's
Um,
all good.
I'm awake enough to notice the bullshit. And they love to label our age group because I'm 45, you guys. So they love to say, "Oh, you're having a midlife crisis." And I'm like, "It's not a crisis. We're just figuring out everything you told us is a fucking lie." So we have to figure out, okay, am I going to keep living in the system of the lie, or am I going to make the system of the truth? And then you look around and you try to find like-minded people to have a community with, and
Or
you
even a
know,
conversation, and they are
yes.
clueless. They're
Yes.
clueless.
Very much
When,
so.
when you tell them the truth, they don't believe you. So
No.
I keep it to myself. I'll say, okay, those that vibe with me, and if
Yeah.
let's go. I ain't got time
Yes.
for that. You
Yeah.
know,
No, we don't anymore. And like right
no.
now, there were stages. So I would say like not even last year, but like the year before that, 2024 was the last year for the prophets to be crying out in the wilderness and saying, "Hey, this way, this way, this way." And I know that I wasn't the only one that got told, "Shut up, be quiet. I got it. Don't worry about it." you know? And it's funny because the people that I was yelling the most around, um, they are starting to wake up, and they act like they don't remember, but I got proof. I got receipts. I'm like, "Yo, I'm glad you're finally at the party. Thanks for coming."
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and, it's trial and error. We
Yeah.
know we were taught.
I got
Well, I was taught as a child, about the devil and God and things like that.
mm,
But I really didn't see it to until my eyes was opened this year.
mm,
Okay.
yeah.
Because the world we live in, and we're becoming more and more visible on these platforms, we have to protect ourselves,
Mhm.
okay, by establishing these boundaries and using discernment,
Yeah.
okay, and
Yeah.
realizing who's with us and who's not, because
Oh,
the
yeah.
people that are closest to you are the ones you have to watch more than your enemies.
Yeah. Well, that played out in
Okay.
the life of Christ. Judas betrayed him with a kiss, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
And you see, the Italians kiss you before they kill you
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's funny that you mentioned that because
because of that.
I love mob movies, and this week
Me
mob
too.
movies were on and I was watching them, and it's interesting going back to things that you used to find comfort in now that we're here. And even watching that, I was like, that was cold-blooded. Like they told him they were gonna make him, he was gonna be a made man. He got all dressed up, his mom kissed him, congratulated him, and then they take him into a room and just shot him. Shot him in the head.
Of course, that
Yeah.
was yeah. So in situations like that, no, it sounds too good to be true. You feel your body gonna tell you, no, this is not
Yes.
good. You
Right.
gotta listen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Don't.
true. So true. Yeah, and I love where we are as a collective, because people are healing, and then there's a lot more healed people walking around, and it's actually very beautiful to see because it's like, do you need a relationship? Do you need to be somebody's girlfriend or boyfriend? Do you need that? Do you need like the biggest house on the block? Do you need the most expensive car? Do you need everybody knowing your name? Do you need the validation from strangers that honestly, do they even really care about you?
No, no, they just there for whatever they can get from you.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
once they get that, then you're like, damn, what happened to Joe? Didn't
Yes.
see him in 2 weeks.
Right.
Because he got what he wanted from you, and he done moved on to his next victim.
Yes.
Don't become the next victim for anybody.
No. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I enjoy my own company.
No, me too, me too. I remember, it was about 5 years ago, I started taking myself out on dates, And at first I was like real nervous. I was like, what am I going to do? Like, people are going to be looking at me in the restaurant like I'm strange, blah, blah, blah. No, now I walk in there, I'm like, just me. It's just me. And I have a great time. You know why? Because I know exactly what I like. I know what I want to do. I don't have to sit here and beg for somebody else to do it. I just, when I want to go out, I take myself out and I
Do
get dressed
you?
up. I put my best perfume on, my makeup on, all of that. And hey, if I meet somebody when I'm out, great. If I don't, I really don't care.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, we got to
Yeah.
be our own cheerleader. Okay,
Yes.
stop waiting for validation from other people. Love
Right.
yourself. Love and respect yourself. And then when you least expect, the one that's for you will come into your existence
You know
because
what,
you have.
though, girl? I don't mean to pop anybody's bubbles, but my angels told me a long time ago, I don't know why you're even trying, because divine, holy women that are seers, prophets, healers, when you really wake up, the only partner that you are going to get is the one that needs healing. So either you're going to keep repeating that pattern, that cycle of not really achieving what you want to achieve because you are
Yeah.
brought into that person's life to heal them. And I'm not saying that that's bad, but I'm saying I have greater things to focus on right now. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. But
Mm.
I look at all the sacrifices that we've made, and we've already lived past lives.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and we're here.
It
You,
holds you back.
yeah, yeah. I agree with that.
Because what's the first thing that person's going to do? Like when somebody that needs healing of the opposite sex and they come into your orbit and it's not even sexual or anything like that, um,
Right.
they're going to be like, well, you can't talk to them. I don't want you going to that group. Why don't we go over here? And then because of how we're made, we're like, oh, okay, like I'm in a partnership now, so I need to focus on his needs and what he wants and making sure he's comfortable. And I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, you know what? I need to focus on my mission. That's what I
You
need to
have to
focus on.
choose. Yeah, you have to choose because
Yeah.
if you choose your faith over a relationship,
Yeah.
then that person is going to become resentful and he's going to end up dissolving anyways.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then you got to choose, and it's taking you off your path. Your higher calling is calling for you to focus on your work.
Yes, yeah. And see, remember how I said earlier, I'm starting to figure out that a lot of things are scams. So I think the idea of marriage and how we do it in this dimension is a scam as
Yeah,
well.
because how can we actually trust it?
Yeah.
Ask myself that. I ask myself that. And then
Hmm.
somebody asks me, well, Margaret, you don't trust anybody. Well, every time I do trust somebody, they end up betraying me.
Yeah.
So I can't really trust anybody. I can't.
Well, I can trust one person myself.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Outside of yourself, it's
It's a gamble.
it is. And I'm
Yeah.
not willing to take that chance in my life right now. So I
No.
get it. I get it. But for
Yeah.
other people, everybody don't want to, a lot of people want to be in a relationship.
Which is fine.
So how do you juggle that? Okay?
Guess what? You juggle it through sacrifice because wisdom tells you can't have it all. There's no way
Right.
that I can be available to the masses and doing my work, doing the great work, and be accountable to one. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that way, because if God tells me, "Hey, I need you in China by Wednesday," but then my husband is like, "Wait a second, we don't have the money for that." It's going to grate on my spiritual gifts of faith, you know?
I'm glad that you mentioned that because like for a man
Mhm.
is more acceptable.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Yeah.
for a woman, we're not supposed to do that. Our first and primary role is
Yeah.
wife, then mother.
Mm.
And then if you have any needs or wants, they always come last. I mean, I'm just saying. Just saying, right? When
No, I mean it. Okay, so you said something very interesting. You said our first primary role. I am a daughter of El Elyon, and in the garden, my great mother Eve was not domestic help. She was co-heir and co-ruler. So me being a divine woman, um, my role is not to be a wife and mother. Yes, those are things that I can do, but it's not the only thing that I can do, you know? So I think we need to start reprogramming all of this crap because it's a scam, you know? And I tell men all the time, I like, especially when they love to bring that, oh, you got to be submissive stuff. And I'm like, well, where are you leading me? You're not leading me anywhere. And we're supposed to submit to one another. Like, if we're doing this, if we're in a relationship together, it's about compromise and working together. We're supposed to be a team. It's not supposed to be all about one or the other. So
I,
that like I get triggered when people are like, "Well, our role as women." I'm like, "Who said that?" Because God didn't say that.
my father, my father said that, who was the Baptist minister. Think
Yeah,
about it. When you look at the Bible, that it's subjective. You can interpret it however you want.
true,
It has
but
many
God
meanings.
is not subjective because when you actually know God and you come into God's presence, He elevates women. He doesn't put them down, and He doesn't. He's never told a woman your role is in the kitchen. No.
Look at Mary Magdalene. She was one
Hmm.
of the most powerful women
Yeah,
back in the biblical times.
yeah.
Okay,
And when He rose from the dead, who was the first one there?
she was.
She was. None of the men were there. So, like, when men try to come to me and tell me, "Oh, you're not supposed to be speaking. You're not supposed to be talking about this stuff." I'm like, "Yo, are you a Christian? Do you believe you believe in the Bible?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And I'm like, "Okay, so when Jesus rose from the dead, who was the first person that saw him?" And they're like, "It was a woman." And I'm like, "Okay, so what did he tell her?" He said, "Go and tell." So, I don't want to hear it. And that was another thing that I had to overcome, you know, the role thing, it's like, because I would go back to the angels and I would say, how am I going to find a husband, you guys? Like, um, I'm not supposed to be this strong, but my name means strong one. I was created to be strong. I am a
If
light
you
warrior. So
if you
I don't
if you
fit into
weren't
that program.
how could you have how could you have survived if you weren't?
Exactly. Exactly.
That's the thing. We have to take on so many roles and have so many responsibilities. We don't even have time for ourselves to even
Yeah.
think, much less do anything personally for ourselves.
Yeah, but when you become a spiritual woman, when you become a wise woman, you get off of that hamster wheel and you spend time with yourself and God, and then you regroup and you go back into the fold and you start telling people, my no is no and my yes is yes. So if you
And
don't like that, we're not supposed to be walking this walk together.
that's where boundaries come in. Most times I'm not
Yeah.
going to tell you anything because you should already know that you done crossed me
Oh,
and
they
that,
know.
okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
when you cut off access.
Hmm.
Okay, because you're messing with my peace,
Yes.
mm, and my freedom, and I'm not going to let no one do that. I leave that
Yeah.
outside. When I
Yeah.
come into my when I come into my residence, there's peace and serenity, and I'm not going to let nobody mess with that. Okay,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's how we create all these
Exactly.
things in the world. Okay,
Mhm.
and so we have to protect that. Okay,
Yes.
through discernment,
Yeah.
right, and
It's our God-given right.
boundaries.
It's our God-given right. And it was funny
Everybody.
because I was having a conversation with the angels this week about the files, and I was like, like, our whole system because I go back to my childhood and everybody meant well, but we are groomed from childhood to be
Yes.
kind. Don't hurt anybody's feelings. Always put others in front of you and be pretty. That's the most important thing as a girl. You got to be pretty. And I know that I'm not
Be
the only woman that as a child, you knew predators were around. You knew who they were because you could feel it. Because they looked at you a little bit too long. They wanted to engage you in conversation. And most of the time, they said some really inappropriate things that confused
yes.
you as a child,
Yes.
you know?
Like, yeah, I've even seen those type of people. My father was a narcissist, okay,
Mm,
and a womanizer. He
yeah.
he he uh he didn't care, okay.
Hmm.
So
No, they
the
don't.
people the people that he hung out with was the same way,
Hmm.
okay, and some of those same ministers, that he said was his friends,
Yeah.
were hitting on me
Oh, yes.
as a,
Yeah.
as a child. So
Yes.
I was
Yes.
confused. I'm like,
Yeah.
I figured it out. I'm like, if my father's that way, they're that way too. So who knows what they all doing? Okay. And I
Yeah.
didn't want to know that.
Yeah. It's true. And I have really been going deep with the angels about what do I want my legacy to be? And at the end of the day, I really want it to be women for women by women. And that doesn't mean that I don't love men and I can't work with men because I can. But women, we need to get our shit together. And we need to stop being a nation of pick-me's. We need to stop thinking that we need a man to back us. We need to stop thinking that we need approval from men, and we need to start protecting the children as well as ourselves and each other. Because when you read those files, you can see if women said no, and I'm talking about grown women, I'm not talking about little girls. If they said no, half of that shit wouldn't have even been able to happen. But it's
Let me tell
because of low self esteem and all kinds of crazy shit. We want to be liked by, whatever. And it's like, no, you have to start liking yourself, standing up, protecting you, protecting others, and really having a real sisterhood. Again, stop competing with each other and start community building with each other
yeah,
and
because we
hold
need
these
to
men accountable, basically.
absolutely and protect the children because all they
Yes.
talking about all these countries and how many missing children they have every year. But where the children at?
Well, the women were complacent, unfortunately, and those are part of the dark sisterhood. They are not a part of the light.
That's like Rosemary's Baby back in the day.
Oh my gosh, my angels had me watch that movie last year, and wow, it's been in our culture, it's been in our face for a very, very, very long time. The movies, the songs, the TV shows. And, a lot of people are focused on government. And yes, I think, we need to focus there, but we also need to focus on the people in the neighborhood. There's a couple of nuts in the neighborhood, and they are under the disguise of teachers, dentists, doctors, judges, lawyers, cops. Everybody is not of the light. Everybody doesn't have a pure heart. Everybody doesn't operate under the same universal laws. And we that are of the light and are chosen, this is a war. I'm not saying that to scare you guys or be like, oh my God, we have to go out and start a riot. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you have to fight this on the spiritual side.
Strategic. I've even
Hmm.
started reading my Bible again, okay?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
this
I
stuff,
love the Bible. I do. I love the Bible. The Bible is
no,
amazing.
this stuff
Yeah.
is real,
It's very
okay?
real. And a lot of
It
people,
is.
they'll be like, oh, well, because I'm into this or because I'm a witch, I can't read the Bible. Hello, honey, you're in the Bible. Your kind is in the Bible. Vampires are in the Bible. Werewolves are in the Bible. Dragons are in the Bible. Angels, fallen angels, demons, and I tell a lot of people, I'm
Warlocks.
like, when you understand who you are and how this happened, um, it's very real. And like the next thing that they're probably going to release is the Dracos are real, and they've been living amongst us for centuries. That's
All
an
the,
alien class.
all,
If you
all
don't know
the,
what I'm
fa-
talking about.
all the fallen angels live down here on Earth.
Yeah. Well, they live on Earth and then they also live within the first and second heaven. Yeah. Because when you read the ancient text, it says heavens. So that's with an S. And there are multiple. So the Watchers, who were the sons of God, who came down, they saw the daughters of men. And a lot of people like to make the story more salacious than it needs to be. Basically, it's very simple. They saw the daughters of men, they lusted after them, but they didn't love them. They don't love you. So these women and men out here that are trying to be like, oh my God, if I saw an angel, I would just sleep with them, or I would want to seduce them. That's not their end game. Their end game is rulership over this domain. So the only reason that they slept with the women was so that they could have a clever way to get back into heaven, the highest heaven, which is where my boss lives. And that's El Elyon. Um, but they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it because there was a decree that came from the highest heaven, and that's where we get the demons from. So when you are summoning demons, when you're working with demons, when you're talking to demons, those are the Nephilim spirits that are trapped in this domain. They cannot go to heaven. They cannot go to hell. They can't even go to the underworld. All they do is wander the earth.
And they impregnate their victims.
Not all of them, but sometimes they do. Yes. Yeah. Right now, a lot of them don't have a physical body, but 5 years ago, I was given 5 words from the angels, and it was as in the days of Noah. And so I started my research on what was going on in the days of Noah. And there was a lot that was going on in the days of Noah. And we are returning to the days of Noah. So on another channel, not here, not Eve Solara, but under a different life and a different name. I go deeply into the book of Enoch and other sacred texts. And I have been telling people for the last 5 years what was going on in the days of Noah. Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
please.
So because that's exactly what's going on now. So the agenda has always been there was a great angelic war that happened before um, Genesis began. So if you go by the biblical account, I can go by any account, but I'm more comfortable with the biblical account because that's more widely known. And I know there's a mix of people that are listening to this. So if you are familiar with the Epic of Gilgamesh, you can look there. You can look anywhere because all of the ancient stories are the same. They just changed the name, okay? Because Noah in the Epic of Gilgamesh, his name is Utnapishtim. That's his name. So the ancients have many different names, and that's done by design because they wanted to confuse us. They didn't want us to know what their evil plan was. So they just put a whole bunch of shit out there, and then they bought up um, the controlling narrative. So they were into publication, into the schools, into like the things that we were taught, the things that we were allowed to learn. And that's how they controlled the narrative for so long. But God, that's my favorite sentence, but God, he always left a remnant, always left a sparkle. So even though that they allowed us to read about fairy tales are real. We were reading our history. And so for the children that were like myself and were like you and many of you that are here, when we read those, we knew that they were real. But our teachers who were placed over us, you know, um, they would lie to us and try to take that light away from us. They would be like, nope, you can't believe in that. It's fake. But we have to tell you about it. Why? Because they were getting us ready for as in the days of Noah. And if you go back in Genesis and you read, you learn really, really, really interesting things. I mean, there were people created before Adam and Eve. I just did a video 2 days ago on my other channel about the ruler of this world, and his name is Lucifer. You guys, I mean, I'm sure many of you know him. And he actually ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil before he tempted Adam and Eve to eat from it. Because if you read about Lucifer, Lucifer was basically the ruler of Atlantis. He was the ruler of Mu. He was the ruler of all of those civilizations. And so he's known as the great dragon. He's known as the bringer of light. He's known as a lot of different things. And this, of course, was by design. It was allowed to happen. But when he was found with sin in his heart, because basically he said, I will become like God and I will take over the heavens and I'm going to take all the worship unto myself. Um, that's when the war in heaven broke out. And many of us have the memories from that great war because we were in that war. We were in that war. One of the key things that is talked about is how the dragon's tail dragged down a third of the stars. Well, that's us. That's us, you guys. We didn't come here because we wanted to. We were dragged here. Okay. And these things are going to be coming back to remembrance. And some of us remember, being in Atlantis and we remember what happened there and how it got destroyed. And it was a great war. It was bigger than nuclear war. And this world that we live on is the third world that has been created. There were two worlds prior to this, and that first world is the world where Lucifer ruled. And so that's how come the elites, they're trying to go back to that world. But it's too late to go back to that world because we already know how this story is going to end. They
That's what
lost
I'm
the
talking.
first war. They've lost every war after that. And they're going to lose the last war as well.
Is that why we are in Make America Great Again?
Um, that
This is an
that doesn't
example.
really play within the heavenlies and the celestials. I'm talking more grand than on the earth. I'm talking about the war of the angelics.
No, but I'm just saying that this happening in Washington, there's similarities, is what I'm
Oh
saying to
yeah, because
you.
it's as above, so below. So it's funny because as I was falling asleep last night, my angels were saying in my ear, they were saying the Lord's Prayer. And I got chills because I was like, oh my gosh, because if you guys know the Lord's Prayer, um, and if you don't, just Google it, go read it. But it basically talks about bringing God's will down to earth as it is in heaven. And sorry if you hear the people in the background. I don't live alone. um, but yeah, so it talks about bringing God's will down to our realm. And so right now it's a great fight that's going on. And a lot of people are confused because they don't understand, like, okay, why do I feel this way? Why am I so passionate about the Democrats? Or why am I so passionate about the Republicans? And I'm like, because you're choosing sides in a celestial war that you're not even aware of. But down here, unfortunately, because you're in this realm, right now, ownership belongs to Lucifer, unless the children of God stand up and we take our rightful place.
Take our power back.
Hmm. Yeah, he usurped that power in the Garden of Eden when he tricked Eve into eating of the tree. And then Adam ate of the tree, not because he was stupid, but because he loved her and he didn't want to see her fall. And basically, he did not want to let Lucifer win at that time because Adam knew um, what the plan was. And then so it took a couple hundred of years for that plan to work out. And they made an oath on top of a mountain, and the watchers, they came down and they traded God's secrets with the elites, and they taught them things. They taught them the working of metals. They taught them how to read the stars. They taught them spells and incantation. They taught them how to make dyes. They taught them alchemy. They taught them all these arts that all of us are drawn to. It does come from God, but the reason why it was punished is because they taught it in exchange for the daughters so that they could have babies and they could have claim legal right to the earth because God gave the earth to man after he basically kicked Lucifer's ass in the first war. Yeah. And I know, like, a lot of people, like, I used to get called crazy. Like, when I would tell people this, they would say, "Oh, no, I don't know what she's drinking." And now, that these files have come out and a lot of other things have, been disclosed, people are starting to turn around and be like, "Wait a second. I remember a girl years ago who told me all this stuff. I think I need to find her again because she's probably somewhere just meditating while all of this is happening." I'm like Yoda, I'm getting ready, like the rest of y'all. We're getting ready.
I was probably one of those naysayers or unbelieve. I didn't believe this is all possible. He's like, oh no, this is a dream. That's something you make up, and make a movie out of. But it's real. I found that
Very real.
out. It's no joke.
Yeah.
It's no joke.
Yes. And those of us that are celestial children, children of the heavens, our history is sprinkled throughout every mythology that's ever been told on this earth. So you wonder why you're fans of certain movies, why you're fans of certain books. It's because you recognize yourself, your celestial self, written within those pages. So, like, you can think about Star Wars, the story of Darth Vader. That is basically what happened with the archangels that had to take Lucifer down. It wasn't a happy day in heaven when that war happened. It was very sad because think about having to take your favorite brother down in a war and basically cast him out of a place of love and light and peace.
You can also see remnants in the Matrix.
Mm-hmm. Yes. The woman that wrote The Matrix, she said she got it from the Bible.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Neo is basically a form of Christ. Agent Smith is, an adversary, but there's many different ways that you can look at the Matrix. The Matrix is very cool because a lot of people, they focus on Neo, but the person that went through the most transformation in that movie is Agent Smith. He got freed by trying to keep Neo from getting free. And I just dropped a huge gem there, y'all. That's why I smiled, because even though that they fight against the children of light, it's because we're freeing them as well.
No
So
joke.
when they come against you, it doesn't always work out how the darkness wanted it to work out, because some of them get free and coming after you. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So do any of you guys have any questions or comments?
Yeah. Hi, guys. I know it's meaty. I'm sorry. I don't serve milk. I serve steak and gold.
Okay.
Yeah, that when you come to my table, you eat good. You eat real good. There is no watered down version here. Does anybody have any questions? Come on. Or anything to say? I've been talking a lot. I'm sorry, you guys.
Talk to me about some of these books that you have for sale and where we can
Oh, okay. Well,
where
my
people
books
can buy
right
them.
now, my books do not cover what we are talking about here. So basically, there's Manifesting with the Angels. Hi, Zen. How are you? Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, so my books are about angels, and The Light Weavers is my fiction novel, loosely based on, may or may not be loosely based on my life. I don't know. But it basically talks about a girl who finds out who she is because her guardian angel falls in love with her. No, there is no sex. Um, it's a pure love, and he wants to protect her, but then her fiance is of the dark. And so they have to save the world and she has to figure out which side she's going to go with. Um, and so that's called the Light Weavers, and it's based off of light warriors, which is what I am. A lot of people, they know about light workers, but they don't know about the light warriors. So light warriors are light workers, but we are the people that come in the room and we point out the elephant in the corner. We point out everything that is wrong and going on, and we turn the lights on. And if we have to fight, we are the first ones on the front line that will take the evil side out. So we make it easier for light workers to be soft and fluffy because we are normally the ones that are out here confronting demons, devils, princes, and all of that other stuff. Yeah. So my books, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. Like the angels, they really want me to focus on what we've been talking about. So my books, you can find them on Amazon. But they're light and fluffy for now. I do have some new books coming out that are going to be talking about werewolves, vampires, different things like that, because it's all in the same stew. Yeah.
Awesome. Now talk to us about these guys. You talk about Michael and you want to talk to us about these guides?
Yeah. Basically, my Substack is about highlighting the heavenly holy angels. They are here to assist us. They are our basically older brothers and sisters. And we can reach out to them to assist us. A lot of people don't even know the help that they have. Um, I'm reading the comments. I'm sorry. A lot of them don't even know the help that they have, you know, outside of themselves. So you might not have human friends, but you definitely have celestial friends that can
Okay.
assist you. And on my Substack, yes, I talk about the ones that are famous, but I also bring up the ones that are lesser known because I don't even know how many angels there are, but there are millions and millions and millions of angels, and they all have different functions. They all answer to different chiefs, that are ruling over them. And I tell people all the time, I use this analogy. Michael is like a CEO. Yes, you can call on him, but if you were to walk into a business and you see something spilt on the ground, are you really going to go to the CEO's office and say, hey, there's water on the floor? Or are you going to go and get the janitor? You know what I mean? So it's not that the CEO wouldn't help you, but like in the CEO's mind, they're going to be like, I'm running a whole company here. I have someone that can do that. So that's part of my mission too, is educating the public on having a relationship with the higher realms and not really Not feeling silly about calling or praying for help.
I also was told you can call on your ancestors too.
Yes, you can, but you got to be careful with that because all ancestors aren't sweet. So if you don't know them, don't call them.
Okay, go alone.
Go along. No, no, no. But I'm
Okay.
saying, like, like it's just like you and I having a conversation. That is how I talk to God and the angels. And a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, you're not supposed to talk to angels." And then I'm like, "Well, have you read the Bible? Have you read the other stuff? Because the angels were very active in there, and that's part of their role is to help us."
It makes sense. If you got the devil working, you got the angels on the other side. Duh.
Yes. Yeah. 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 And if you knew how much help that you have, you wouldn't be so anxious all the time.
Yeah, but you don't want to cry wolf either.
There is no such thing as crying wolf with the angels. They love us, you know? So it's
Right,
not
but
like
what
you're
I'm
gonna
saying is, I was taught don't call on him and if there's something that you could do for yourself. Do that
mm. Well,
before
see,
you
I don't
start
know. I
calling.
guess I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I call him to go grocery shopping.
Okay.
Literally, yeah, because we're like in sketchy times. So when I go grocery shopping, I'll say, "All right, angels, help me, show me what to buy this week. What does my body need?"
Okay.
Yeah. And as we go through the grocery store, they will highlight things that maybe I haven't thought of. And then when I go and I do research on it, I'm like, "Oh my God, yeah, I did need that this week."
Okay. Now let me
Yeah.
ask you something.
Okay.
Some people would say, no, that's not your angels, that's your inner knowing. And what would you say? Or your intuition, inner knowing intuition?
They work together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My inner knowing sounds like me, and my inner knowing wouldn't tell me to try like an exotic fruit. It wouldn't teach me about like a new oil, you know. It wouldn't say, "Hey, this oil's better for you this week cuz you got some obstacles coming up or you're dealing with grief or, it it's just practical advice." So, yeah, it could be inner knowing, but they're highly intelligent. Yeah.
So in other words, you just have to trust, okay, and have faith.
Yeah, yeah, and even if you don't, you can still work with them. And a lot of times people will say to me, like, "Why do you get so many signs?" And I tell them it's because I'm like a little girl. Like, when I get them, like, I start squilling, jumping up and down, "Oh my gosh!" Like that. And I really do believe that they love that stuff. So they're like, "Okay, we're just gonna keep giving her more and more confirmation that we are around," you know?
So you're
Yeah.
cultivating and nurturing this relationship, which is bearing fruit for
Yes.
you,
Yes. Yeah, and it's not just for me, it's for all of us.
the collective.
Yes,
Right.
this is
I
what we
love
have to
that.
remember, like all of this stuff is within us, like we can do telekinesis, we can do telepathy, we can do astral travel, we can do psychic seeing or psychic viewing. All of this is in the Bible, and a lot of people, they'll be like, "Oh my God, like that just sounds so demonic." And I'm just like, "Are you insane?" Everything is not demonic, okay?
We know
Sometimes,
that.
because when you look at how Moses went up against Pharaoh's magicians, um they were able to do the miracles that Moses did, except Moses's miracles actually came from El Elyon. And the reason why Jambus and Jambes was able to recreate those is because they had an angelic fallen angel and demon working with them. So I always tell people, I'm like, "Where do you think the demons get their knowledge from?" They get it from
Yeah.
God.
Duh.
Duh. So I'm not listening to you. I'm actually going to investigate this for myself, and that's how come I think I identify more with the people in the Old Testament way more than I do in the New. But I do still love the people in the New Testament as well, because
There
even
you go.
they call upon the old.
We're about love, peace, and joy. Okay.
Yeah, and magic.
Okay. And that's
Yeah.
another aspect. A lot of people just don't believe in it.
Oh, well, they
And
should.
it
Am
exists.
I Jewish? No, I am not Jewish. I'm Hebrew. But
It's
we're not
all
even going to
good.
get into that because most of y'all aren't. You ain't ready for that yet.
Okay. And I was in Israel
No,
before.
I was answering somebody's question. Like, I think there were questions in there. I can't see it.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, I think we had some. No, I'm not
Okay.
Jewish. Okay, wait,
Mhm.
but you believe more in the Old Testament than the New Testament. I believe in God.
When the Israelis, okay, they only go by the Old Testament.
Yes, and I have studied with them. I've studied with basically every religion on the face of the earth, because that was part of my angelic training, going and reclaiming the rightful remnants of God that were hidden within those organizations. And it is what it is.
Yeah, you see a lot of
I told
symbolism
you
in
which
there.
God. El Elyon. I will spell it for you. El Elyon. Look it up. It's God the Most High. So yes, there are many gods and many goddesses. However, they answer to the Most High God. I don't have to name them.
See, this is one of the reasons why I didn't want to talk about religion and politics. Okay.
It's okay. I know that person, and they're upset with me right now, and so that's why they're acting out like that, but they're not going to steal my shine, and it's okay. Thank you, Gustav. Yes, El Elyon. That basically means God Most High. And even in the ancient text across all religions, it talks about the council of gods, and it talks about there being one who rules all the other gods. So that is the one that I am talking about. So if you guys are offended because nobody is saying that the gods of other religions are not gods, what I'm saying is they are not the highest. Okay.
We can see a lot of this. I went to Egypt, and you can see a lot of this. All
Well, in
all
Egypt,
cultures,
yeah.
all cultures have religious
Hmm.
practices.
Yeah. Well, Egypt
Okay, so that's
basically
nothing
comes from
new.
Babylon.
Yeah.
And those gods and goddesses, those are the chimeras that the fallen angels created as vessels for the Nephilims to possess after the Nephilims were destroyed. And that's talked about in the book of Enoch. So when you see a goddess like Beset, the cat goddess, that is her true form. However, the spirit that is inhabiting her comes from the Nephilim.
Which is another live discussion at a
Yeah.
later date.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Egypt does come from Babylon. If you do studies on it, all roads lead back to Babylon. Egypt came after um, the Great Flood. The Great Pyramid actually came before the Great Flood, and that was built by my living ancestor, Enoch, also known as Sorid.
All right. Well, see, some of the things that we can utilize, okay, a form of
Yeah.
guise is intuition, and we talked about the ancestors and the lineage.
Yeah.
Okay. We also talk about faith and spiritual belief systems. Okay. and you
Uh-huh.
talked about the archetypes, the
Yes.
warrior. I don't know if you
Yeah.
mentioned about you got the sage, the builder, and
Yeah.
the healer.
And they
Okay.
all can work together because all of those are within me. All of those are within you. It just depends on which tool you're more comfortable yielding.
Okay. And then we have mentors, living or remembered. Okay.
Yes. I love the Holy Spirit.
And we have the community elders and the collective memory of struggle and resilience.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
sometimes we can't not talk about the uncomfortable conversations. I know that there's a lot of people in the comment that, you're like, oh, that's why I don't want to talk about this. That's why I don't want to talk about that. But we have to have those uncomfortable conversations or else we're not going to make it through this.
absolutely, because
Because they
this is
want us to be silent. They want us to be divided. They want us to not have understanding. Um, and we need to start having those conversations. Like, what are we going to do about this? What do we believe? What do we want the world to look like? Do we want this system in place going forward?
right. And what's that's going to look like? And we have to protect this world for not just us, but for our children
Oh,
and
children.
the ones that are coming behind them, because
Yeah.
we are writing our legacy every day. And if we
Yeah.
don't make the changes that needs to be done, the world we know is gone. It no longer exists
No, it
as
doesn't.
we
And
know it.
yeah, it was actually dismantled in the spirit realm first. So that's why you're seeing this dismantling happen in the 3D now. But those of us that are wise, we know that either good is going to take its place or evil is going to take its place. And we are the ones that decide
Decide
that.
what you want. I don't want no evil
I
nowhere
want
near
good.
me.
I want good.
Exactly.
I don't want to
Enough
harm
evil.
children. I don't want to worship and give flesh to these fallen angels and demons. I don't want that. No, I want to live in peace. I want to live in joy. I want to um, win the war. I want to overcome.
Right? Think about it. Did he come from that same place? It's all leads and he all leading back to the same
You know what,
place.
though? The funny thing, and this is what the angels are telling me to say, it doesn't matter how far from grace you fall. As long as you are still breathing, you can call out and ask for forgiveness. It is a very real thing. So don't be shocked if you see Diddy in heaven, because just because the things that he has done is public knowledge now, all of us have shit that we do on a daily basis that is just as bad as he does. And I'm not talking about we go out there and we beat on somebody, but when you talk shit about somebody behind their back, or when you try to come with evil when somebody has only been good to you, when you pray for bad things to happen to somebody, that is why God is the just God. And that is why he is the judge, because he looks at the heart. He looks at the heart, and your actions come from your heart. But as long as you're in this realm, you always have time to repent and ask for forgiveness. And so I'm actually praying for Diddy. I know that that sounds crazy, and I'm even praying for the people that are in those files, because they got deceived. They thought that they were going to have riches and power, but it's not everlasting. It all comes to an end. And this is what I meant by when I said the demons and the fallen angels, they don't have love for you. They are out to destroy you. So even if for a little bit you get a little bit of power, you get a little bit of money, you get a little bit of recognition, in the end, they are going to destroy you. They're going to destroy your legacy because it was never about you. And so you fell into the trap that Adam and Eve fell into. You got deceived.
And like a lot of the politicians, okay?
Yeah.
What you gain the world but lose your soul. Was it worth it?
Yes.
I hope
Somebody
it was
wants me to
worth it
talk
for
about
you.
FinDom. Who wants me to talk about FinDom?
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I told you on the podcast that you and I did, which will be coming out. I told you that I finally figured out who I am and what I stand for in this realm. I stand for wholeness. So, what does that look like? Wholeness means I'm not trying to act like I don't have shit. Okay. I have shit just like everybody else. Okay. And just because I connect with the angels doesn't mean that I don't go through my own struggles. It doesn't mean that I have everything figured out. It just means being authentic. And so, yes, I am a FinDom. And so basically, no, I don't do it the other way that other
What is
women
that?
do it on the internet. I'm not,
What is that?
huh?
What is that?
Oh, it's financial domination. It's a kink.
Oh,
Yes, it's a kink
okay.
and it's very real. Um, and it's a part of who I am, being a high priestess, I am very used to receiving tributes and donations, and there's nothing wrong with it. Um, Basically, last night it's funny that how this happens because last night, the angels and I were working out how I was going to explain this. And basically, how I'm going to explain it is I come up with a program for the men that come to me and they want to be my subs. I have a program that they and I work out, and it is healing through allowing them to have a safe space in order to explore desires that they have and traumas that they need to go through. And of course, I'm going to be paid for that. I'm not just
And no,
going to
that's
do that for free.
no, that's right.
Um, and men that are smart, the reason why they would come to a FinDom like me is because they know that by blessing me, they themselves are going to get blessed. And I have testimonies on this from people that I'm working with right now. And I am coming up with a program that is not just based on sexuality, but it deals with the whole person. Okay. So this is not something new. This is not something that I just made up. This is something that has been in place in the ancient days for a long time. And God told me a long time ago, He said, use everything I gave you because I used to be very ashamed of how I looked and how men would lust after me. And I would try to hide. I would try to not show my sensual side because I felt like I was sinning. Um, but I'm not because sin is um, very black and white and it's very clear what sin is. And just because God made me beautiful and desirable and men want to be in my presence doesn't mean that I'm doing anything wrong. And because I charge a fee for that doesn't mean that I'm doing prostitution because I'm not. Because I am healing these men, I am aiding them on their path and it is a spiritual contract that they and I have together. And so there are
That.
men, no, but wait, there are men in the comments that don't understand this. They want to receive for free. But I'm
Oh,
sorry,
no.
honey, we are in a new day and age. And women like myself, back in the days, we were oracles. We were kept by kings. And common people, common men, couldn't even look at us. So we are going back into those type of days where the Holy King, El Elyon, who's my boss, is keeping me. And he's telling you, if you want access to this spiritual room, you're going to have to pay for it. So
Oh, oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Sorry.
that. You should have a class for women and show
I am. Oh,
you
that's coming. That's coming.
to use sexuality to
Yes.
get paid.
Yes. No, that's
So,
definitely coming. And a lot of people, they want to shame women like myself, but honey, there is no shame here, because guess what? OnlyFans exists because what? Men love to pay. And I'm
so
not doing what the girls on OnlyFans are doing. I'm not going to give you my whole um program. If you want to know more about my FinDom program, please contact me and pay tribute, and we can get together and get you on your healing journey.
hey, if you want to, I'll become your affiliate, and you can give me 5 or 10%, whatever we can
Okay,
agree
we
to.
can work that out. Yeah, no, but yeah,
Yes.
I have God gave me a whole blueprint, and so
Hmm.
I'm definitely going to be freeing a lot of people along the way, because there was a time and space where spiritual people didn't even talk about sex. But honey, we all have it.
One way or the other.
Yes. Right now I am celibate. Yes, I'm celibate by choice, but kinks are very real. It's very real. And a lot of these things are happening because people don't understand themselves. They don't understand themselves. And God, like seriously, I had a fight with the angels. I was like, I can't tell anybody about this stuff. People are going to think I'm crazy. People are going to think I'm a sicko. People are going to think I'm a prostitute. People are going to think this. People are going to think that. And at the end of the day, they
Who's
said,
paying your bills? Who's paying
well,
your
yeah,
bills?
exactly. They said, honey, everybody is out here doing it, and you're not doing it like the others. You actually have something that can help these people. So you
Why
need to
not?
get off of that religious high horse, and you need to show this generation how to be whole
Yes. And get paid
and
in the
unashamed.
process.
Yeah.
Help other people as well. God,
Oh,
this.
stop. You're so cute. Yes.
Oh,
I'm paying my bills. That's who pays my bills. And the men
we
that want to give to me, honey, they understand it and
bring
they
it.
get it, because they get
Bring
blessed
it.
immediately.
Okay.
It's about
Bring it.
portals, but that's a whole nother show.
Okay. I love this. Okay.
Yeah.
We I love this. You have no
I'm
idea.
talking to you, and I'm talking to the people people in the comments, because honey child, they went off. Okay, like the cheap men, the men that would withhold from God himself, are the ones that don't understand about giving to a woman, and those are the ones that are getting wiped out. Your last names will not be carried into new earth,
Next.
because you want slaves. And it comes out in how you address women, it comes out with how you deal with women, it comes out in your arrogance, and we're not taking it anymore. So if a woman says,
Period.
you have to pay me for my time, because we have finally figured out who we are and the magic that our wombs carry, how dare you? Who are you to tell us,
Yes.
oh, you're wrong because you got used to having access for free? You better get the hell up out of here. This
Next.
place is not for you, honey. It's
Next.
not
Yes.
for you. And that's how come y'all
Yes.
men are having a loneliness pandemic, because you want free sex work, you want domestic help, and you don't know how to worship the goddess within the women that are in your lives. So we are
Okay.
going to the men that actually understand it. They get it. We feel safe around them. We feel honored around them. And in return, they get everything that they want. Okay?
Yes. That's a win-win. Who
It's a
had a
win-win.
win-win? Oh, I love that. Okay.
Exactly.
That's what we're talking
So y'all
about.
can keep talking your shit, because I'm out here running to the bank every other day.
Okay. There it is.
There it is. Yes,
Wow.
yes.
We got more than we bargained for here. That's why I love these lives.
Let me address this one comment. It said from I'm not even gonna say his name, but it said, I get pussy in real life. Okay, well go enjoy that pussy, because guess what, baby? It ain't mine.
Oh shit.
Okay? You get
Don't
what
get
you pay for.
YouTube is gonna censor me, but I don't give a damn.
But I'm just saying there is a whole package that comes with this. And just like, okay, I'm going to put it like this because my angels are giving me something. You get what you pay for in life. So if you want cheap, that's what you're going to get.
You gonna get beer? Do you want champagne? I want champagne. I don't drink beer.
And I'm not saying that to put any of my sisters down, but we need to go back to the days of knowing our pussy has value and charging for access.
Okay, just a conversation is worth the money.
Yes.
Okay, that's my kind.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
A man comes around for one thing, okay? And it's funny because I'm actually meeting higher quality men by leading with I'm a fendom. My time is no longer wasted.
Good for you. When you coming from a high vibration, the low vibration, they can't meet your needs. They can't come nowhere near. They can't even hold a decent conversation.
Right. And they can't handle my honesty. They don't understand how I can be connected to angels and turn around and be like, I love money. I'm not evil because I love money, but guess what? I have been poor and I'm on my way to becoming rich, and I would rather be rich than poor. And that does not make me a bad person because the things that I'm going to create with my material wealth, it's not just for me. It's not just about me. It's for the community. And anybody that says they don't like comfort is a lie, and you can't trust them.
Exactly. Next.
Yeah. And the men that don't want to pay, and I'm not talking about prostitution, y'all. Get your mind out of the gutter and come to a higher realm. The men that don't want to pay, they can't even offer you a dinner. They don't want to send you flowers. They don't want to invest in you. It's because they're cheap, and you really don't need to waste your time with men like that anymore, ladies.
And they deserve to be alone.
They do. They really do.
Flat out, because if you ain't bringing nothing to the table, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. Period.
Well, if it sounds like prostitution, I don't care.
I don't give a damn.
Guess what? That is the oldest, most lucrative
profession in the world. Profession in the
world. And the reason why it exists is because of men. Because if it was nothing but women, we wouldn't have no prostitutes, baby. So if you think that you're going to put me down because I like to get paid for my time, think again.
I don't feel no remorse because when that bill comes and I can pay it, I'm feeling good. Okay?
Yeah, well, he pays it.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It works for me. It works for them. We're great.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we got more than we bargained for out of this conversation. Thank you so much.
I know. And guess what? You're going to still watch me win. And like my ex used to say, oh, I hate to see you leave, but I love to see you walk away.
Oh, okay.
Because the booty don't lie over here. Okay.
The body does not lie.
It's not prostitution. Those people that understand it and get it, it's not prostitution because there is no sex exchange. It's only energy. And if I choose to have sex with anybody, that is my business.
It is. It ain't nobody's business but yours, girl.
Exactly.
What goes on behind closed doors is your business.
Yeah. And if I choose to put it in the streets for whatever reason, it's because people are going to learn from it.
There it is. Okay. We don't.
And see, like, do you see what's happening right now? I hope you guys see what's happening right now, because back in the day, somebody saying that to me, it would have destroyed me for weeks. But because I know who I am and I know that I am connected to the angels and I know my purpose in life, I really don't care what you think. If you think I'm a prostitute, who cares?
It don't pay no fucking bills. Who cares what you think?
They don't.
Okay. That shit.
And you just mad because I'm not talking to you no more.
Take that shit back to where it came from. Bye.
Yeah,
Next.
and honestly,
Next.
I wanna ask the men that keep talking about prostitution, what is it called when the men pay? What are they? And don't say no simp.
Okay. I'm
Don't
not
say
doing that.
that,
See?
because 'cause I'm team
Okay.
simp all the way. I love me a good simp. I sure do.
What's that? Okay.
You
No,
know, it's
that's all
like
right.
what these men that are abusive and toxic like to call men that actually love women and treat them well. They try to knock them down because they
Oh
actually
yeah.
are out here treating women as the goddesses they are.
Okay. Well, they keep their insecurities to themselves. They can take that
Yeah,
shit
they do.
somewhere else.
They do. There's
Okay.
a lot of insecure people walking around, and a lot of them
That
are men, unfortunately, which is why I think my program exists because, hey, you need to come through and learn how to submit to a powerful woman and get right
mm,
so that when you encounter one on the streets, you know exactly what to do with it and you don't fumble the bag
okay.
because we are the
Exactly.
prize, honey.
Okay. And if you're not, then we've found one that will.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So enjoy what you pay for.
Okay. You get what you pay for. Okay.
You do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are there
Uh,
any real comments or questions? I see you, Gustav, and I appreciate you. I saw you, Magic Mika. I saw a lot of you that I recognize, and then I saw people that I don't recognize. And I am so glad that you're here. I'm so glad that you're here. But
you got your fan club. You got your fan club here.
I
Okay.
do. And you know what? Your haters are your biggest fans.
They
And
really
if you're
are.
smart like me, what you will do is you will put a divine holy spell on it. Every single time that you talk shit about me, I get paid. Every single time that you say some fucked up shit about me, I become more beautiful. Every single time that you are on anything that I am trying to do and you are trying to bring it down, I just get more shine and more popular. That's
Ching,
called
ching.
working your affirmations right in front of your haters. And as the Bible said, he makes a table for you in the midst of your enemies. So y'all can watch me eat all you want to because I know it looks good. I know it does.
Oh, you go, girl. You
Yeah.
know that's right. Girl power. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I love it. That's
I love it.
2026. I'm with
And
you.
I have
I'm
nothing but
with
love
you.
for you. I have nothing but love
There
for
it
all of
is.
y'all.
Okay. So this has been a beautiful conversation. I just didn't expect all this, but I love it. Okay.
Hey, that's what I
Anyway,
always bring. I bring the unexpected because I tell people all the time the angels are not politically correct. When they talk to me, they say it raw and real.
that's me too. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's where we at today. I don't know how many subscribers I'm gonna that's gonna unsubscribe, but I'll tell you right now, I don't give a
Hey,
damn.
if they unsubscribe, it's a good thing.
Yeah, and make room for the ones that's for me. Okay, that's
Yes.
where we at
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. I got over people leaving me a long time ago. Go ahead, bye, because you're opening up the space for the right people to find me, the right people that I can build with, the right people that are going to stick around, the people that aren't secretly plotting against me. So if this
Yes.
live makes you unsubscribe, bye. I wish you the best.
Bye. Yes, that's
And if it
right.
makes you subscribe, welcome. Oh my goodness,
Yes,
what are we doing? What
we
are we
embrace it.
building? What are we about to
Absolutely.
do in this
I wanna
world?
okay, I'm gonna sign up for that course. Okay, we got to use all of our skills, our voice.
You know,
You know,
you know what's funny is
imagery.
because people will say, oh, you only want to get paid. Who doesn't want to get paid for doing work?
Okay,
Do you go to work for free?
even the person who told you that wants money and
Wants to get
wants
paid.
so shut the hell up.
So whatever.
Shut the hell up. Okay,
I do a lot
okay.
for free, but what I'm not going to do is that's part of my mission too is showing people how to get paid through their spiritual giftings. We no longer have to be starving spiritualists. Sorry.
Not going to be.
No.
Those days is over.
Yes. So
And
if it
all of that is
ruffles
over
your
with.
feather because I want to get paid for doing my work, I think you're a weirdo. I think you're strange. I think you're lying to yourself. Who doesn't want to get paid for the work they do?
Yeah. What
You
world do
are
they live
pouring
on?
yourself out. You are, because you make music and you want people to come and listen to it. And that is
Okay.
your gift.
Okay.
And at the end of
Okay.
the day, we,
Let's do a timeout. Let's do a timeout because
yeah,
we about love, peace, and joy over here. If you're not about that, then
yeah,
I'm gonna ask you to leave.
to
Okay?
leave. Yeah,
Because that's disrespectful. Would you disrespect your mother? Okay? That is not allowed here. You can leave. Okay?
yeah,
Period. You don't talk like that here. And I
yeah,
want you to leave. It's unacceptable. We're not accepting no disrespect. Get the hell out.
yeah,
I'm telling you, get the hell out, and I will delete you after this is over with.
yeah.
That talk is I'm gonna write his name out. You're gonna be deleted after this. You don't talk. I'm serious. I don't take no bullshit from nobody. I don't care who
I
you
would
are.
just say, just ignore it, because that's the reaction that energy
No, because if he
vampires
talked to you
want.
like that, if he talked to you
No, no,
like
no.
that,
I,
he'll
I
talk
know.
to me
I
like
get it.
that.
I get it. But guess what? Like, that is what the Skeksis want. If anybody has watched The Dark Crystal, they want you to get aggravated. They want you to
I
be
know.
annoyed.
I
They want
know.
you to
I know.
feel bitterness, because that's what they felt. And what you guys were watching was, I was actually transmuting that bullshit in real time, because everything that person put up there about, oh, you just want to get paid. Okay, weirdo, who doesn't?
Okay, well, anyway, I'll handle that situation after
Yeah,
this.
just
Cause
ignore
it's
them.
it's no, it's not allowed here. Cause if I
Yeah, of
allow
course.
him, no, if I allow him to do it, somebody else will do it. And it's not
No,
acceptable.
no,
I'm
no.
not
I
along with it.
understand that. I understand that. But I'm just saying, like, just block and ignore. Like.
That's what I'm saying. He's gonna be blocked after this. He will not come back
But
here.
I
You have
appreciate it. I
no,
know.
you have to
And
come.
I'm going to tell you, I meant what I said. Like, every single time that somebody says some bullshit, I get richer. Every single time that somebody says some dumbass shit that they know isn't true about me, I get more popular. So
It's
thank
all
you.
good.
I
It's all
appreciate
good.
you doing
Yeah,
my
I
work
got
for
you.
me. Thank you for promoting me.
We're a partnership. If he talks
Hmm.
to you like that, he'll talk to anybody like that, and it's not acceptable. And he will
And
be
that's why he's
deleted,
alone.
blocked. He will not be over here. Okay,
Yeah, no, I
he'll
know.
just have to
Yeah.
create a fake account, like a lot of other people.
Oh,
He will
they
not come
do,
over here
honey.
with
They
that.
do. And the funny thing is, I always know the fake accounts, but I still show love to them anyways. Because,
Okay.
like I said, it's the darkness wanting a light. They need the light. That's why they
Yeah.
come to spaces like this and troll, because they are actually actively seeking out the truth and the light from people like us. Because if
Well,
we
he'll have
really
to
were
take
crazy,
it
if we
somewhere
really
else.
were, what they were saying, they would go and find something else to do. But they're taking time out of their day to sit here in our light, because we are somebody in the kingdom of God. And it
Yeah.
is what it is.
Yeah. I've been quiet for so long, but so I'm gonna go back to being quiet after this.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I
And it's
just had to
okay.
say
So let's
something.
ignore that. So where are we going now? And if we're going to say goodbye, that's good too.
Yes.
But
Yes. I want to end on a positive note, though.
exactly.
Okay. And I'm
Yes.
not going to apologize for what I said. I'm not, because I meant every word I
No.
said.
You don't need to apologize, honey. I loved it. I was like, uh-oh, that Gemini is out.
Yeah, and I don't play. I told people I am not somebody to be played with. So
And
I
you
have
do
to show
know that
people.
today is Friday, February 13th. It is the
Yes, I
day of
did.
femininity. So for him to come on this live and do that, I feel sorry for him. I really do, because you know, yeah, I feel sorry for you, baby.
Well,
I
he
hope
has
you
to know.
find the
He has to
light.
know it's not acceptable. Okay, it's not allowed
No,
over here. You take that shit somewhere else. It's not
yeah.
allowed over here. Now he want to talk sweetly. No, Okay,
Yeah,
let's.
because he's
I have to
actually
go.
he's dying. That person is dying to be one of my subs, and I denied them. So
Okay, okay.
that's what it's about.
I'm
I have
sorry.
people
So
dying to be a part of my
take
program.
off.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I maybe went to the far left, but that's
It's
okay.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And
I
I
loved it.
want
It's okay.
Okay, we have to stand up for each other. If you stand, you got to stand for something or fall for anything, and that's not me.
Exactly. No, and
Okay.
see, like, it's beautiful because the women that watch this later, they are going to see what active sisterhood looks like.
Yes, we
Mm-hmm.
have to support each other. Cause who else
Yes.
going to support us? Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
huh? He going to support us? No.
Oh, he is supporting us by being here.
Okay, I'll take that. We'll take that.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I
Okay.
do. I
Yeah,
do.
respect is everything. That's one of my
I hope I'm
my
not
number
freezing up.
one.
Am I
No, it's
freezing up?
okay. No. There you go.
Okay,
There
good.
you go with that. There you go again. Okay, I got something for you, baby. I got something for you. Don't worry about it. I never want to see you again after this. Guaranteed. Okay.
He wants
All
me
right.
to stand up because he knows what this body looks like. That's why he wants me to
Okay.
stand up.
All right. That's between you and him, but not on
No,
my
no,
watch.
no, no, no. I'm being facetious back, honey. I'm being petty back.
Okay, I'm gonna get out of that, and this has been an excellent conversation.
Yes,
Okay, because
yeah.
I can be protective of people that I care about. So
No, and I love
don't
that, but
take me
I'm
there.
I'm just not letting him get to us. I'm not letting him run the show here. So it's like I'm kind of trolling him back.
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all do that on your own time. Okay,
Exactly.
and
Yeah. Oh, honey, please. No, I'm not doing nothing with him on my own time.
okay,
Mm-mm.
but I want to thank everybody for coming today,
Yes,
and
thank you guys. We
I
love you.
really appreciate that, and I apologize for the disrespect from this individual that I will never see again in this life. Okay, thank you all so much, and I appreciate you.
Yes, and I appreciate you guys as well, and hopefully you've learned a lot. Um, if you want more, definitely tell Margaret or myself, and we will definitely do this again. And go with the angels, and just know those of you that are light carriers, you come from the light, you are the chosen. You are the children of God. Just know that it is on and popping out here. But at the end of the day, just because there is a lot of darkness that is being revealed right now, the light is always there. And you have to remember that. You have to tap into that. You have to know it to be true. And I send you away with peace, joy, love, and blessings.
That's what we're about over here. Okay,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yes. I love you guys, even my haters. I love you.
All right,
Go with
all right,
God.
all right. Go with God is right. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank
Bye bye.
you. Later,
Bye.
loves. Bye bye.